So if we look at this first example, x squared minus 5x, okay, is there a GCF between x squared and minus 5x? X. Okay, so GCF is x. So if we factor that out, it goes in the front. What's x squared divided by x? X. And what's negative 5x divided by x? Negative 5. And that's all you can do on that first one. All right, looking at B. 5x squared plus 5x minus 30. Is there a GCF between those three terms? 5. So divide. What's 5x squared divided by 5? Just 1x squared or x squared. What's 5x divided by 5? X. And negative 30 divided by 5? Negative 6. All right, now we have a trinomial, so we need to check AC. So what is our value for A? Careful, the number in front of x squared. 1. Because we're looking at this new one here. Okay. And then what's our value for C? Negative 6. What's 1 times negative 6? Negative 6. Okay, what are our factors of negative 6 that add to be 1? 3 and 2. Which one needs to be negative to give us a positive 1? Good. So negative 2. Since A equals 1, we can use the shortcut, which means we jump straight to our answer. So we have x plus 3, x minus 2. And then bring down that 5. Okay, we can only do that shortcut when A equals 1. If A equals any number other than that, we have to do the factor by grouping or the box method. And we'll review both of those here in a bit. So that's our answer. All right, questions with B? All right, let's look at C. 5x squared minus 14x minus 3. Is there a GCF? 1. Do we need to write that down? No. So we're going to do A times C. What is our value for A? 5. What's our value for C? Negative 3. And 5 times negative 3? Negative 15. We want the factors in negative 15 that add to be negative 14. Good. Negative 15 and a positive 1. Can we do the shortcut? Why not? A doesn't equal 1, A equals 5. So this is where you have those two methods. So we have either 5x squared minus 15x plus 1x minus 3. And we do our factor by grouping. So looking at the first two, 5x squared minus 15x. What's the GCF? 5x. And then divide. What's 5x squared divided by 5x? 1x or just x. Negative 15x divided by 5x. Negative 3. 1x minus 3, what's the GCF? 1. And then we're left with x minus 3. The key thing about this method is that those parentheses have to match. Do they? Yes. Since they match, we have x minus 3 times the quantity what? What's our other binomial? 5x plus 1. Good. We didn't have a GCF, so we don't need to write anything in front. Okay, but some of you like the box method, so let's review that. So we make our box, and then we fill in. Our first term was 5x squared. Our last term was -3. And then fill in our terms, so -15x and +1x. Okay, looking at the first row, what's the GCF between 5x squared and -15x? 5x. Second row, 1x minus 3, what's the GCF? 1, is it positive or negative? Positive. First column, 5x squared and 1x, what's the GCF? 1x or just x. And then -15x minus 3, what's the GCF? -3. So we have x minus 3 and 5x plus 1. Same answer, just two different ways to do it. Remember, I don't care which method you use as long as it makes sense to you. All right, let's go to the right. Let's do D. 18x squared minus 12x minus 6. Is there GCF? 6, good. So if we factor out the 6, what's 18 divided by 6? 3x squared. So 3x squared, -12x divided by 6? -2x. And -6 divided by 6? -1. And now we're going to do A times C. So what is our value for A? Just the number. So just 3. And what about C? -1. 3 times -1? -3. We want to find the factors of -3 that add to be what? -2. Which would be what? -3 and +1. Okay, now choose which method you like best. Either the box method or the line. I'm just going to leave it 3x squared minus 3x plus 1x minus 1. If you like the box method, do that and see if you get the same answer. What's the GCF between 3x squared and -3x? 3x. 3x squared divided by 3x is 1x or just x. -3x divided by 3x? -1. 1x minus 1, what's the GCF? Just 1, because they don't both have an x. And then divide, and we're left with x minus 1. So our factored form, x minus 1 times 3x plus 1. But what are we missing? The 6. Bring that down. Questions with that? All right. Looking at E. Okay, 9x squared minus 100. We have two terms. So is there a GCF? No. We can't really do AC here because there's not 3 terms. So this is where we're doing difference of squares. Square root of 9x squared is 3x. Square root of 100, 10. So then we can factor this. 3x plus 10, 3x minus 10. And that's your answer. Yep. It should be a plus. Sorry. 3x plus 10 and 3x minus 10. All right. Then looking at F. 3x cubed minus 12x. Is there a GCF? What is it? 3x. So factor that out. What's 3x cubed divided by 3x? 1x squared. And then negative 12x divided by 3x? Minus 4. And then we need to check, can you take the square root of x squared? What is it? X. And what about the square root of 4? 2. So this factors further to be 3x times the quantity of x plus 2 and x minus 2. Questions on factoring?